morning, everyone. All you finger cymbal players and timpani players and bearded piano players. This is session 31. Last session we talked about open and closed diatonic force. I love using force. It makes everything sound more contemporary, gets you away from using thirds, and I like mixing it up a lot. So there are diatonic fourth voicings, just as it says, all the notes are in the key, and then there's chromatic parallel force, which are more jazzy and have a sense of reharmonization. So what on a chromatic parallel force, if you have, let's say our key is B flat, okay, and let's say so here's our, why do I go up all the time? I always do. So here's our half note and 4/8 notes. So on a chromatic, once you establish, the thing with a parallel chromatic is they work good over a pedal, better than they do over, they don't really work as well over a group of changes, because what's going to happen is once we establish our intervals, our shape, if you will, here we went down a fourth to the F and then down a third to the G, we're going to hold that shape all the way through, no matter if it's in the key of B flat major or not. We're just going to hold that shape. It's just right up the scale. So we're going to go down a fourth, down a what is that, a minor third? See, this is B flat, so that G would be a minor third. So this is always going to be a minor third in here. So here's down a fourth, down a minor third. From here is going to be B natural, down a fourth, down a minor third is going to be C, down a fourth, down a minor third is going to be D. See, right there we're not in the key. Well, as soon as we hit that B natural, because we're moving right up. So that's a thing. This would just be a B flat pedal. Or, take a song like Maiden Voyage. Perfect. What is Maiden Voyage? It's D7 sus, okay? And so, it holds the D7 for, 8 bars or whatever it does, and then it goes to F7 sus. So then we can change our fours to that. So that kind of stuff, a lot of more contemporary stuff, like there's a tune called Sunflower. Ba-da-ba-da-da, work good for that. Anything that's got where you're over one chord change. And anytime you're over one chord, it's fun to play around. You can go up in half steps with your triad. You can play around with some polychords. You can do a lot of stuff when you're just hanging on a pedal and you're not dealing with chord changes every other beat. So that's and the open stuff would be the same way. Let's try it over this D sus. So let's go up to here. Okay, and let's go up to here. So on the D sus, you go down a fourth, then you go down your seventh, up to G, down a fourth, to your seventh. What is that? Would be F. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. This would be. Okay, I wrote out the first one wrong. So here, and then this would be, there you go. Then it would be E, and then F, and up here would be down a fourth, and to the A, which is a seventh. But what you're doing is you're holding your shapes. You're holding your shapes all the way through. Okay? My tendency is to think diatonic all the time, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to hold these shapes, so because they might end up being out of what is D7. That's Dorian, right? So that's all the white notes, right? Pretty much we're pretty right on. Okay? So that's how that would be. That's not a very good example because there's hardly any accidentals. But you get the point. Once you establish your shape over a pedal, you hold that shape whether it's in that key or not. And it gives more of an outside flavor. My other thing I wanted to talk about today was I've been thinking about doing and I brought this up before in my MailChimps, in my emails, and I've talked about it. I'd like to try and do a workshop where people send in their music and we play it. For example, we might do, let's say we're going to do a thing with 2 horns and a rhythm section. You would specifically write maybe 32 bars, no solos, and all just, practicing your voicings and those type of things. And then we would play it and we would do a live stream, a live video stream of that. And also the live video stream gets taped so you could watch it later. And you can embed it into your website if you want. And also I would show everybody, you would email me PDFs. I would print out the stuff for the guys or the girls, and we would play it. My problem is I'm running into some technical issues. I'm using a Logitech webcam. I'm using my own microphones for the sound. I want to get the sound as really good as I possibly can. And then I'm using a Adobe Flash Media encoder. That's working great. But when I go to my YouTube page, on my live events page, dashboard, I'm not getting any video. I'm not, the Adobe Flash Media encoder is not talking to YouTube, if you will. So I'm not getting anything on YouTube. So what I'm asking, for the last 2 weeks, I've been all over the web trying to figure out a solution for this. I posted on a message board on Adobe yesterday, and I've done it on Logitech, different places. I went to Craigslist. People think they can help me. I've had a couple people offer, but they can't. They figure it out either. So if anybody out there can figure it out, can help me get through my technical issue here, I think it'd be fun for everybody. I would charge a fee for the workshop. I haven't determined it yet, but I have to pay my player. So let's say we did a session with trumpet and tenor and piano, bass, and drums, or maybe just piano and bass. I have to pay people. And everybody would get 20 minutes with their roughly 20 minutes with their chart. We'd play it through a couple times. It'd be all recorded. I would put everybody's master score up on my website. So let's say you do there's the timer. So let's say you send me a score with, everything written out, the trumpet and the tenor part, and then the rhythm parts, and I would show that on my website that people could look at that why the chart is getting played, so everybody can learn from everybody else's music. So anyway, if you have any ideas, any feedback, let me know. Fred at fredstickleymusic.com, or is it this way? I keep forgetting now. Fred at fredstickleymusic.com. Shoot me an email, and if you don't have the ebook, the free ebook, subscribe. And we'll get you part of the group, and it'll be a lot of fun. So if you got any ideas about my streaming issue, let me know. And till the next time, hope you're doing well. Thanks.